Good evening, penny pinchers. Hope everybody's doing well today. We just got done setting out, 4 days worth of paddocks and moving the cows. And we're done for a while. Junior just turned the water on. We told you guys we was gonna try something a little different. Normally on this hillside paddock right here, on this particular spot, we water out of the pond that's down over the hill, right over the hill there at the end of the fence that you just can't see. Normally we run a line and water out of there, but since we're in the fall stockpiling mode, we're gonna water right there out of that spigot right there. And instead of cutting this field into 2, we're gonna cut it into 3. So I'm gonna step up here and let you kind of see the paddock sizes. We kind of got it not really at a pinwheel because our water's at the outside edge. A pinwheel, a pie shape would be more if the water was in the center. I don't know what you could call this, but we got 2 paddocks that end right here, side by side. There they are. And guys, there's your little trick too. If your fence is loose or something like it is right here on our garden fence, we just kind of slap that up. But they're both hot. So all we've done is just throw the reels down and got them laid against that right there. And believe you me, that will put electric on that animal right there. I promise you. So just a little tip, but right here's our paddock, guys. Here's our first paddock. You see our line, and it just goes in a straight line to that gap right there in the trees is where we ended it at. So they've probably got, I'm going to be conservative and say 2 acres. There's probably a little bit more, between 2 and 3. But this is going to do the next couple days. And then all we done was run another paddock, and it's right here in the center. This will be the second paddock, and it goes in a straight line just right up to there. So they'll have all this the next 48 hours, all this the next 48 hours, and this the next 48 hours. It kind of goes to that tree right there and runs to there, and it goes straight over, and we'll water out of the pond that's just over the hill there on that paddock. But guys, we just put up 6 days worth of paddocks and move the cows and move the water trough in 30 minutes. And we took down a paddock that was left in the barn field over there. That's where they've been the last 6 to 8 days, counting the lot right there. But when we moved them over, I noticed as I was taking up that last fence, I could smell the cow smell. Guys, we talk about cows not going back, not putting a back fence up if you're moving daily. That's it right there, guys. You know good and well if I can smell it's just a cow smell, guys. It smells like poop, it smells like urine, and you can just smell it. And you guys that know what I'm talking about, you know. And you can bet them cows know the smell of that. So that's very, very much less appetizing for them to go back on paddocks that they've already been in the last 24 to 48 hours if they've got access to new paddocks. I'm sorry about the wind. It come a big puff of wind there just for a second. I tell you what, it feels good. It's hot. It is hot here in eastern Kentucky today, guys. It's it's probably over 90 today. But the long range forecast is telling us that fall is coming tomorrow. I think Dad said the high for tomorrow is 75 or something like that. And I looked at it, and I think the high for the next week is in the 70s. So we're going from one extreme to another. It's hot right now here in Kentucky. It's hot and it is dry, folks. I tell you what, them old Brian posts right there, they saved us today. The ground's so dry and so hard. Those black stepping posts, I mean, those spots where it's just impossible to get them to go in the ground. And them O'Briens, they just don't have no trouble at all. Don't have no trouble at all. I wanted to show you guys Dad's shirt. He got some shirts made. And I tell you what, I like them. Penny Pincher Farms. Let's see the back of it. I like the back of it. That's not our logo, but by gosh, we'll claim it because it's nice. And we got a couple of them that's got let the grass grow and give God the glory on them. So we're pretty proud of them. Them sweet. I like them. Here's our water trough. here, you talk about in true penny pincher fashion, guys. Our water hose wasn't hardly long enough. So we couldn't walk off and leave it. So, like I say, in true penny pincher fashion, get those center block out and tie a rope. There you go. Your water is not coming out of your tank. There's your penny pincher tip of the day, Junior.
That's it. Didn't waste a drop on the ground.
That's right. Didn't waste a drop. You talk about regenerative. I talking about water, guys. I'm serious. It is dry. It is dry here in Kentucky. I don't know. It's probably here in Jackson County. I'm going to say it's not rained an inch in September, has it?
No.
I really don't think it.
The first week of September, we got a couple of rains while we was on vacation. But it's not
That is right, yeah.
It's not rained since the first week of September.
I mean, it's the 21st. Is that right? 21st? So, I mean, that's... And it's been hot. It's been hot.
For rain for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, maybe.
It's one of those summertime, fall time deals. They was giving rain for tomorrow, and they moved it back to Sunday. And when Sunday comes, they'll move it back to Tuesday. You guys know how it goes. But the good thing is, a lot of people's getting hay up right now, which is good for them. But I tell you what, the kind of the downfall to that is, there's not going to be any regrowth to them hay fields. It's like I say, guys, it is hot and it is dry, and grass just don't grow when you get those two together. If it's hot and it's raining, it'll grow good. But if you get dry weather, especially as long as we've went without it, we're noticing it in our pasture fields, guys. You may not be able to tell it, but we can notice it, and especially when we go to put these posts in the ground. Guys, if you're putting these posts in the ground on your farm and they're hard to get in the ground, you can know that it is dry. Now, here's one of the cows coming up. You can rest assured that it is dry. And I was going home there the other day and through Greyhawk, and I seen two farmers that's feeding hay. Two farmers that's feeding hay. Why are they feeding hay? Number one, there ain't no grass. Number two, they're overstocked. Guys, I mean, it may be all right if you're the type of guy that's selling in the fall of the year. You buy early and sell late in the year, and you don't plan on wintering your cattle. But I tell you what, guys, if you're feeding hay in September and probably supplementing a little grain in between here and there, it's going to be a long time till April, guys. Because come that first frost, they ain't nothing going to be growing. And if you ain't got it stockpiled, guys, it ain't going to be there. That's the reality of this, guys. Like, you think about it. We're a week, 2 weeks away from October. And if you're already having to feed hay because you ain't got enough grass, hey, if I was you, my personal opinion, I would take advantage of these high cattle prices and downsize my herd dramatically and put in some grazing management. That's just my opinion, and I'm an expert on my opinion. But me and Dad figured something out there the other day. We was looking at the YouTube and seen several comments that we didn't know that was there on some of our videos. And one of the first ones that comes to my mind, somebody asked what breed of cattle we got. We don't have no specific breed, guys. I wish I could tell you that black cow right there was Black Angus. I can't tell you that for a fact. I can tell you that she's Angus influenced because she is black-hided. But we don't have no kind of pedigree cattle, guys. We just got common cattle that we bought at the sale barn, cattle we bought off another person's farm. Just trading cattle, pretty much, guys. We deal in trading cattle. We keep the good ones, the ones that do good in our management style, the ones that can stay fat and raise a calf on grass. We keep them. And the other ones that's kind of mean, kind of high-headed, just don't do good on grass, maybe too big framey of a cow, we buy them, get them fat on grass and sell them. So that kind of answers that question. And somebody asked, did you get the chance to look at them, Junior? Somebody asked the other day, why we splitting our farm in half, I believe. And guys, that's for the simple reason we're winter stockpiling. I think the comment, something was along the lines of why is our moves the distance that they are. And I am sorry, guys, I am pointed you right up into the heavens, sitting here trying to think. But kind of at a small gist of it, we've got our farm cut in half, essentially. We're only grazing half of it, letting the other half grow up for winter stockpile. We're going to go as far into the winter or far as into the fall that we can on the grass that we have on this side of the farm, guys. And it's probably roughly 30 to 35 acres. We're running 13, 15 head, counting baby calves. And we're going to go just as far as we can go without eating it into the dirt. And when it gets to the point that we have to start feeding hay, we're going to move them to the back half of the farm, those back 30, 35 acres, and graze that stockpile. And we're hoping that's not going to take place until at least December. If we can make it to December to turn in on that stockpile, I'm confident that we have at least a month's worth of grazing. I'm going to zoom out, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here talking and thinking and not doing a good job videoing. But yeah, that's kind of our process. That's our management practice that we've got in place, guys. We're doing smaller paddocks. Like I say, normally we would divide this hill up into 2. We got it divided into 3. So that's going to increase our recovery times, is what that does, guys. On each particular paddock, it increases the recovery times by putting smaller paddocks and moving them quicker, moving them sooner.
We'll make another video a little bit later on. We'll go back over on the side that we're stockpiling and let you know what kind of process we're going through on that and where it's at this stage.
Yeah,
September 21st, because there is a big difference already over there compared to the last time we was over.
Oh yeah. And guys, that's another thing about stockpiled forage, is when you got stockpiled forage and you don't get no rain, guys, it will absolutely save you. Because if you already got that stand of grass there, kind of like it that you're looking at right here, if you've already got that right there established, what little moisture that it has in the ground, it's not getting evaporated up by the sun, right? What little moisture you do get, you're keeping it. It ain't running off. It ain't leaving. It's getting absorbed directly right into that root system, guys. So just another perk of grazing management, rotational grazing, is when you do get in hard times, guys, you're gonna be able to last a lot longer than the farms that's not got no grass on it. It's gonna save you money, and it may save your farm. I mean, when you get to the point where you have to sell off cows or buy feed, you're kind of at a crucial point in your operation, because both is going to cost you money in the long run. I mean, you're going to have to either buy feed now or buy back cows later, one of the two. You kind of got to pick your poison. But here at Penny Pincher Farm, we decided several years ago that we're not going to do it the old-fashioned way anymore. We're just going to start rotational grazing. And we don't have it perfected by no means. But I tell you what we are doing. We are learning a whole lot every single day that we do it. And it has paid off. It has made us money in the cattle business. And we don't do it full-time. We do it just as fun, hobby. But I tell you what, it's sure nice when your hobby will pay you every month. It sure is nice. But guys, this is Penny Pincher Farm. We're going to kind of try to watch them comments a little bit better. And if you guys have any questions or any comments at all, good or bad, we'd like to hear them. Like I say, we don't know everything. That's the first thing to admitting to being a good farmer, I guess. The first thing is admitting that you don't know everything. I guess that could go for a lot of aspects in life. But this is Penny Pincher Farm. We're letting the grass grow and giving God all the glory. And Junior says,
don't forget to subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and have a good day.